Three wealthy businessmen visited a luxury escape room called the Final Level and never came home. Police found no physical traces inside, no blood, no struggle, and no evidence of foul play. The owner claimed the men simply finished their session and walked out the front door. Detective Guddu entered the room alone to find what the forensic teams missed. He wore a watch with a hidden lens, broadcasting a live feed to a tactical team stationed just outside the building. As soon as he stepped inside, the steel entrance slammed shut. The ambient lighting shifted to a deep crimson, and a distorted voice through the intercom announced that the detective was now the final player. The luxury suite had been converted into a pressurized cage, cutting Guddu off from his team and leaving him at the mercy of the room's mechanics. In the first room, a 10-minute timer began its countdown. Vents hissed with theatrical smoke, while a console presented 3 colored buttons, forcing Guddu to choose one under the pressure of the ticking clock. Guddu ignored the buttons and looked at the props. He noticed a newspaper sitting by the timer, where the date didn't match today's headlines. The paper was an old prop reused to hide a physical failsafe. He found a small metal key inside the folds and used it to trigger a manual override switch hidden under the table. The second room presented a hallway saturated with red laser beams, seemingly blocking any forward movement. This diagram shows how real lasers interact with the environment. Because light scatters when it hits matter, floating dust motes should glow as they pass through the beams. Guddu noticed that one specific beam remained completely clear, even as dust floated right through it. That beam was a simple light projection. It lacked the physical properties of a laser, serving only as a visual deterrent to keep players from testing the path. Guddu walked straight through the fake beam and accessed the door on the far side. He was progressing by identifying where the room's programmed danger diverged from the physical laws of the world. Room 3 attempted to force a panic response. A woman sat tied to a chair, screaming for help as a countdown timer neared 0. Guddu noted several inconsistencies. The ropes were draped loosely. Her skin showed no signs of irritation or marks, and her breathing remained deep and rhythmic despite her frantic performance. He stood still and watched. Once the timer hit 0, the woman stopped screaming. The chair rolled away on an automated track, and the path to the final room opened. In the final chamber, the mastermind appeared behind a wall of reinforced bulletproof glass. Guddu looked up the equipment on the villain's side of the glass. He saw discarded sedative syringes and a specialized biometric scanner used to create high-resolution fingerprint molds. These tools allowed the group to keep their targets unconscious while they harvested biometric data. With these molds, they could bypass security on bank accounts and drain the victim's assets in minutes. The escape room provided a controlled setting to drug the wealthy targets, strip their identities, and eventually dump them far outside the city with no memory of the robbery. The villain pointed to a monitor. The exit would lock permanently in 60 seconds, trapping Guddu while the mastermind made his escape. Guddu had noticed earlier that the building's magnetic locks briefly disengaged whenever the system switched to its backup generator. He grabbed 2 conductive metallic puzzle pieces and jammed them directly into the high-voltage ports of the room's main console. The short circuit tripped the building's breaker. As the system struggled to switch to emergency power, every magnetic lock, including the door to the mastermind's glass enclosure, released for 3 seconds. The police, following the live feed, stormed the room during the blackout. The villain tried to run, but was slowed down by the weight of a bag filled with stolen cash and forged identification cards. Inside that bag, police found the fingerprints, the sedatives, and the ledgers containing the bank details of the missing businessmen, providing the direct link needed for a conviction. Guddu survived because he focused on the physical environment rather than the story the room was trying to tell. Which observation from the room stood out to you most? Let us know in the comments.